Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Cook and Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast here in Sheffield. Just one day out from Dalton Smith versus Sam Maxwell. Frank Smith, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm dressed for the summer and it started raining, so perfect, mate. I think I'm more in Mykonos than Sheffield.
Yeah, weather was a bit of a letdown today, but we move on. We won't talk about grass, the grass expert.
No more talk about grass and flourishing grass at Nottingham Forest. Let's park that conversation.
Yeah, we'll come on to that. But Dalton Smith, his final defence of the British title to win that Lonsdale belt outright, and his toughest test to date, Sam Maxwell.
Yeah, for sure. Look, Dalton needs a big performance here. This is his chance. He's headlining another show, and he needs to go out and put on a big performance. And I think he will. He looks in unbelievable shape. But Sam Maxwell's no pushover. It was a shame that the fight was delayed a little bit, but I think both of them had that extra time in camp to focus on this, and I think it's going to be a great fight. But I expect a big performance from Dalton Smith.
Is this the last fight at domestic level for Dalton? And after, is it European, or are you going to go for a world title eliminator?
I think, I've got some conversations with the team later today. A lot depends on how tomorrow night goes and the performance. But I definitely think there's intention to move towards those world level fights. He wants to move quickly. He wants to be advanced, as I say. He's a tremendous talent. So I definitely think there's opportunity there to move him into those fights. And that will be the focus. Obviously, will be led by him and the team. But no eyes looking beyond Saturday night and Sam Maxwell.
Another show clash this weekend. It was meant to be Eubank Smith, but how confident are you that you're providing better value for money with DAZN than the Sky Sports show?
Look, again, I've said it a few times now, we don't want to clash, but that's just going to be the way. Eubank Smith got rearranged to July 1st after we'd announced the show, so it wasn't like we planned a show to go up against it. I think we got a great show. Dalton Smith's one of the stars of UK boxing. I think Pat McCormack's a brilliant fighter. Hopey Price on there, Junaid Boston, another brilliant talent. Beatrice Ferreira as well, a UK debut. But look, it's I'm confident in the show, and I'm confident that we'll get good viewership. Again, we will try our best not to clash, but it's going to happen. It's just going to happen.
Busy 24 hours for yourself? Some big meetings, Frank?
Yeah, busy. Few thousand hours. It never seems to stop this sport. But yeah, good few meetings. Obviously, we had positive discussions with Skill Challenge and Prince Khalid. We've had great relationships with them and delivered some tremendous events over the years. So, we're looking forward to delivering another big one with Deontay Wilder. Still work to be done, but we're very confident that gets over the line. It's the fight everyone wants. So, exciting discussions there.
I think Eddie Hearn said in an interview earlier that Anthony Joshua will be earning $60 million. Are those the sort of figures being thrown around?
I don't like to talk about numbers. We'll let Eddie Hearn do that. I'm the private and confidential, Mr. Private and Confidential. But look, he'll do very well. But in a sport like this, you deserve to make every penny you can. There's like I say, still work to be done, but everything moving in a positive direction.
And Dillian Whyte, we now understand that there's been a U-turn on the rematch clause. Is that fight more likely to happen now?
It's with that, look, we got probably 24, 36 hours to get everything confirmed around the next fight. And there's still work to be done. It's sitting back with Dillian's team. We've gone back to some questions they asked. And so let's see how the next sort of few hours go.
Is the most likely opponent Dillian Whyte, in your opinion?
I'm not going to, look, so many times in boxing you say things when these things are ongoing, these discussions are ongoing, and it's like, you said this, you said... I'd just rather wait and see. We're not far away now in terms of timing, so you haven't got long to wait, is what I'm saying. So rather than me say things now, I'd rather just wait and see how the next 12 hours go into this evening, and we'll go from there.
Obviously, last week, Ejit Caballero was mentioned. Can you reveal any other names that have been thrown in the hat?
Look, there's other names as well we're looking at, as well as Ejit Caballero. Let's see. But like I say, next 24 hours, 36 hours, whatever that period there, we need to get stuff moving. It's 6 weeks away this Saturday, so we're on crunch time with it. And rather than you putting something out in 3 or 4 hours' time that's going to be old news in about 14 hours. I'm just at the point where it's like, let's try and see where we get to, and you will know very soon. We're not far off, one way or the other.
A fight that has been signed is Jessica McCaskill and Sandy Ryan. Excellent fight. Do we know where that's going to land?
Probably in the US around September time, I think. We're just, as we said, we're working on our global schedule, all the way through to December, hoping to get something announced very soon with the whole plan. So, yeah, not far off with that. It's a great fight. As well, another fight we announced, obviously, Sonny Edwards against Jesse Bam Rodriguez. So we've got some big fights being made and some big main events as well, and some exciting stuff to come.
Is there any chance we could see them, both of those fights on the same card?
No, they'll be on separate cards. I think Sonny and Jesse will be probably December, and like I say, September time roughly for the McCaskill fight.
Cool. Yesterday, Umar done an interview with Frank Warren, where he said that our interviews in America over the past 2 weeks, obviously Colm, was brainwashing, and you're creating a narrative. Frank, do you plan to create a narrative with us during these interviews?
No, just answer questions honestly, and I don't make the questions. So if you ask me questions about Cinderella, I'll answer you questions about. It's not a narrative. I'll just answer the questions I get asked. I'm not creative enough to create narratives. I'll just answer what I know.
Why do you think he's made those comments then?
I don't know. Maybe he needed to get some views and had to say something a bit controversial. I don't know.
Okay. Another promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. I know his beef's more. Well, he's got his promotional company. Obviously, his beef's more with Eddie Hearn, calling him a joke most recently. Would you not want to engage with that?
Thanks. I mean, the geezer's like, he'll come and knock me out. I'm all right, thanks.
Do you think you could hold your own with Oscar De La Hoya verbally?
Verbally, I'd have a laugh with him verbally. I think we do. I think we get on quite well. But in a fight, I think he'd clean me out within about 7 seconds, and that would be the time from me getting from the edge of the ring to another corner of the ring, and then him catching me. So it would be a real enthralling watch.
Does it affect your discussions with him? Do you talk about making fights?
Don't really talk directly to him. He's got, just like we have. Yeah. We've got a big team of people who have different relationships with different groups of people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not like Oscar's negotiating fights, really. And it's just like Eddie doesn't negotiate every fight. I will deal with some people, he'll deal with, so things can still get done. There's always been a bit of back and forth, and things have still got done. So it's kind of like, don't let that get in the way, and let's just keep trying to do positive things. We're both with the same broadcast partner, and we want to deliver great fights. We've spoken about, obviously, the Munguia against Edgar Berlanga fight. It'll be a massive fight. And we should try and make that happen, because being on the DAZN platform, we should both invest to deliver the biggest fights.
Just off the back of something Eddie said to Colm last week, what is your beef with Dev Sani?
My beef?
Yeah.
I just think he says stupid stuff online to get views and likes.
Okay.
I haven't got any beef. I don't care if I see him. I've seen him once before. He doesn't really say it. I don't mind. Say what you want online. When you're there in person, be like, "Hello, mate. How are you?" Have it all a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Don't take life too seriously.
I know you certainly don't. I certainly don't, Frank. That's for sure.
Just a wind up, isn't it?
Well,
bit of sarcasm,
You are the king of sarcasm, to be honest. Schedule. When are we going to see it getting announced?
Very soon. Look, a lot is playing off the back of this August 12 stuff as well, and then everything kicks on from there. But we're very close to getting a plan together. Hello?
You saying that you need to hurry up and sign me?
Mate,
Jordan Flynn there.
Something might be happening. What are you wearing, by the way? Jordan, what's he wearing?
Well, I don't know what he's wearing. Show the camera.
Yeah. No. Sorry, we're talking about
schedule.
Yeah, look, we're working on a big plan up until December, and getting very close with it. We want to get a huge schedule out. We've got some massive fights that are made, massive fights to be made as well, and I'm confident you'll see news very soon on that.
How many fights announced will be in the UK?
This side of the year, probably got about from sort of August 8 or 9 roughly. Yeah, I think so. I'm off the top of my head around that sort of number,
including the next gen.
Yeah. But around 8 or 9, something like that.
Cool. Just a couple more. Shabazz Masood has been signed. Excellent signing, I think, off the back of that Jack Bateson win last time out. So a fantastic addition to Matchroom.
Yeah, brilliant signing. You know, Ben's been pushing for a long time. You know, he says what a star he is, and we're looking forward to working with him. You know, I think he's got huge talent and ability, and, you know, ready to move on to those world title fights very soon.
Last one. Tyson Fury. A massive announcement he's been saying for the past week or so. Is it going to be Francis Ngannou? Because I know Eddie suggested that Derek was fighting Ngannou, so that could be a U-turn there.
Honestly, I haven't got a clue. We don't represent Tyson Fury. Good luck to him. He has lots of announcements every other day about announcements. So let's see what happens. But good luck to him. If it's Francis Ngannou, it'll be interesting. Yeah, good luck.
How will that fight go with Francis Ngannou?
It depends. Can he get kicked in the head, or is it a fight? I don't know. I mean, I think it's all different. If you put Tyson Fury in a cage, obviously that is Francis Ngannou's world. If you do it the opposite way, then obviously the favourite swing. So, you know, if that's the case, if they're having a boxing match, then I think I'm very confident Tyson Fury does a very quick job on him. But the other way round, you know, I'm sure it'd be that's what they're both good at. So let's see. I don't know, honestly.
Frank Smith, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV, and I'll catch up with you again soon, mate.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Cheers, mate.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Coogan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.